But good morning and happy Easter. If you follow along the Diocese of Pensacola, Tallahassee's social media and email lists and all those things, you might have already heard some of this or been expecting it, that Bishop Bill, he sent out to all the parishes new protocols to move forward. He wants to go a direction, not stay the way we've been doing, but so we follow his guidance. Back when we established these first protocols, we've been doing that probably since last March. And then now they've issued out new ones to start to open more up at our parishes for getting more people here. So some dioceses in the country, like one closest to us is either St. Petersburg or the Archdiocese of Atlanta. Some of you might be coming from there. They are lifting the dispensation from the Sunday obligation starting on Pentecost. So all the Catholics in those areas have to go to Mass or they have to go to confession. So our bishop doesn't feel that we're there yet because those other dioceses have much bigger churches. Our diocese has many small churches, and not everybody has a big church like St. Rita's, so we are able to probably do more than some of our other parishes in the diocese by the things that I'm going to tell you now. I wanted you to be aware of what they were so that if you need to make any changes yourself and for your family, you can do so before we implement them next weekend. So starting next weekend, you'll see a few different things here on our Sunday liturgies or Saturday night liturgy that are different from the past year. And so we want to just preface everything, and Bishop was big on emphasizing this, that it's very Catholic, very Christian to, when we look at these things, that we're not so much thinking of ourselves, but we're thinking of the people next to us, our family, our neighbor in the pews, that if we desire their, needs and safety more than ourselves, then all of these things should go pretty smoothly. The more we focus on our own selves, that's the opposite of what Jesus would teach us. He would teach us to love and serve. How can we make the other person more important than ourselves? So I hope everybody can try to have that frame of mind when we come to gather for church together, that we can practice Christian charity with our neighbor and with your priests too. So some of the things that aren't going to be changing, I'll just go ahead and say those first, that you've already are used to it now. It's been a while, but we're going to be keeping, because of the heavy influx of visitors that we don't know where necessarily they come from, we are going to maintain the two masses that we have that are mask required. So the Vigil Mass and the 8 o'clock Sunday morning Mass will remain mask required. So I know a lot of you come to this Mass, so it doesn't matter. But if, because of other changes I'm about to announce, you'd rather go to a mask required Mass, please make that change to go to either the Vigil or the 8 a.m. Sunday morning. This Mass will remain mask optional. So if you have enjoyed that, again, you can wear a mask, you cannot wear a mask. Please just come and worship the Lord. That's all we've been wanting. That's all we've been hoping to provide for all of you this whole time since we have been open again. We will be maintaining our sanitization processes, so after Masses and the different things that we've been doing this past year, we will continue to do that. So I hope that you can be confident that we aren't going to just stop doing that because we're opening more, but we're going to be probably sanitizing even more so, just with the possibility of having more and more people come. So that will stay the same. We will continue with all of our wonderful friends outside. We will continue to offer chairs and seats outside, that if that's where you enjoy, and we might even end up doing that for the 8 o'clock as well, depending on what our summer looks like. We don't know if we're going to have our normal summer crowd or a bigger summer crowd, but we always have a lot of people in the summertime come to our beautiful beaches, so we will continue to have chairs outside as well as in the hall for the overflow live feed over there. Again, that's just one of the things we're doing the best we can do. I know it's not perfect, and sometimes they forget to get sprinkled. That's just the way it is sometimes. We try to remember. And then again, this Mass, hello everybody online, will continue to be live streamed at the 11 o'clock Mass. I know sometimes you've noticed that we premiere the 8 o'clock Mass at 11. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Depending on what we have going on Sunday mornings, sometimes we have to do that. But again, 11 o'clock will be live streamed for any of you who feel safer at home. So that is always, until the dispensation is lifted by our bishop, none of you have to be here. We're happy that you're here, and it's wonderful that we can gather and celebrate together. But he will, I think, is moving that way. We'll be lifting that dispensation, so we'll be expecting all the local Catholics to be coming to church again when he says so. So we'll make sure you know, or we'll make sure we have more opportunities for confession. So, just kidding. Okay, so these are the three things that are changing that you'll notice when you come back next weekend, is that we will be pulling up all the tape between the the pews with one in between. So that's something Bishop's saying, that he wants us as safely as we can to get as many people into the church as possible. So that is the first thing we're going to do, is lift up, probably right after this Mass, all that tape. So if you want to take a little memento home, you can. Man, y'all don't like that tape very much. But if you want, you can take a piece with you and hang it as a memory. And so what we're going to ask you to do because of that is to do your best to still space out. And I've been saying this, and Catholics have social distance at Mass for much longer than this past year. So we're going to ask you to keep doing that. If you can avoid it, to not sit in front of or behind somebody else. So just do your best. We're going to hopefully do our best with that. And I know some groups have 10 people, some groups have 2. So just do your best. We'll see how it works. And then we'll try to give other advice if we see something that might work better. But the tape will be gone, and we're going to leave it to you to space that out. So again, if that's something that makes you uncomfortable, please maybe come to a different Mass, or just for a little bit longer, maybe stay home. But we will be getting as many people as we can inside the church. The next thing is we will be passing the collection baskets like we used to. So instead of, because we won't have that extra pew to walk through anymore, we're going to hand you the baskets like we used to pass between yourselves. So that might be scary sounding. If you don't want to do that, whenever you see the basket, just get up and run away. But we will be providing hand sanitizers in the pews. Every pew will have a little jar of hand sanitizer. So after the basket gets passed, if you want, you'll be able to wash your hands with the hand sanitizer. I'm pretty sure most people just carry it with them now. I don't know, but we'll have that for you if you don't have any hand sanitizer and you would like to use it after the basket's passed. So again, please just do your best with that. And if you don't want to be a part of that, then wear gloves, or I don't know. Just try to love your neighbor passing it to you as much as you can without a grimacing look. And the last thing that we're going to do, and this has been a personal annoyance for the priest, because, you know, people sometimes, something's going on, they come to Mass a little bit late, and they start pulling on any door they can find to get inside. So we will be unlocking the different exits and entrances of the church, and because you're going to be seating yourselves safely, hopefully, we're going to let you come back into whatever area you parked in. You can come through that door. They will be unlocked for you to sit yourself, because we were feeding everybody through the front so that we could try to manage and control where people sat. So that was kind of the idea with that, and we didn't have to wash 20 doors. We only had to wash 2. But so wherever you find yourself parked in the mornings, you can come through the nearest entrance door, and even I think probably the glass doors by the bathrooms here will be open as well. So those are the new protocols from the bishop, and then kind of filtered through for St. Rita's needs. Again, we're doing the best we can, and I apologize if any of this is just too soon for you, or maybe you've been waiting for this for months. I don't know. But again, we're trying to prepare ourselves for our summer visitors, but also for when Bishop Bill does lift the dispensation, because we won't be dispensed forever. So we want people to come back. We're very touchy in the Catholic Church. We can't just watch Mass on TV because you can't smell incense, you can't feel the holy water, you can't receive our Lord in his body and blood. So we want you to be here so you can have all those things. And this is the new protocols that we'll be implementing. So I'm excited for it. I hope you can get excited, and we'll see you next weekend. So happy Easter. God bless.